Hello and welcome. I'm Emily Peet-Lukes, and this is Appfire Presents, the best demo show by Appfire. Today we have Jamie Esker joining us to demo Comala Publishing's newest feature, Snapshot Publishing, which turns Confluence into a flexible, full-featured platform for content distribution. So stick around, and we'll be right back with an awesome demo.
Appfire Presents, the best demo show by Appfire.
Hey, Jamie, thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, it's great to be here. Thanks.
Yeah, so tell us, what are you demoing for us today? What do you got on the docket?
Yeah, so recently Comala Publishing released a Snapshot Publishing, which is the newest feature, and kind of want to show you everybody the cool features that we have and what it can do. So teams use Confluence for the documentation, like knowledge bases, project reports, but it's not always clear if the version they're looking at is an approved, finalized version, or if the information is even relevant to them. So Comala Publishing is a Confluence app that lets you separate your draft and approved content. We offer space-to-space publishing, which lets you create and edit your content in one space or page, and then publish it to a content with just finalized version of the copied space. The draft space will still be there for you to edit and work in, and then the finalized space will be there for just the finalized content. So it won't compromise it.
Cool.
So Confluence was made to make team collaboration possible from anywhere, but we're receiving feedback from our customers as well as the Atlassian community that there needs to be a way to make the content static, and it needs to be easier to distribute information to users with varying permissions. So to answer these cries for help, we've added a feature for data center and server called Snapshot Publishing. And this provides purpose-built document repositories. It makes dynamic content static, and then it also lets you more easily disseminate information. So this feature greatly expands the app's functionality, and it'll especially help those that need to refer back to a document at a specific point in time, like for project status reports or a third-party audit. It'll help those that need a less manual way of organizing and distributing documents, such as updating multiple knowledge bases. And so having these multiple options in one single app makes Confluence a full-featured documentation platform. And love to show you guys how.
Yeah, let's see it.
So once Comala Publishing is installed, the space admins can be added as collection managers by the global admin. For timing purposes, I'll let you guys check out our documentation to find out how. You're also able to reach out to our solutions advisors that are more than happy to help you out. But for this instance, we've already had it installed. So what I'm going to do is I've created this new space. We got the best demo show space. To add Snapshot Publishing to this space, that we're going to go to our space tools, Snapshot Publishing. And here it brings us to where we can configure the feature. So we're going to use snapshots. And we got a nice little tutorial to take us to where and let you know what we need to be doing. And so there we have, this brings us to our page. What are collections? So we have a designated space, or having a designated space for finalized content is extremely valuable. This is what our Comala Publishing has done. But as I mentioned before, what if you need to distribute information to users with varying space permissions or compile documents from multiple spaces? Collections can help with that. So they provide a new way to organize, store, and distribute our documents outside of the native Atlassian hierarchies, which is pretty cool because nobody's really been able to do that before. An example of that would be, let's say, a collection specifically for company policy documents, projects, job functions, and maybe a collection for documents required for regulatory compliance. And what's more is that access to collections is determined by users and groups, even if they don't have permission to the source space. So once I get into the Snapshot Publishing, it creates a collection for you. So you have one. You can either edit this snapshot or edit this collection. You can also, I'll get into linking collection, but for this purpose, we're going to add a new collection. And I'm going to make this one, let's say, the best collection. So the collections can be driven and determined by users and groups. For this purpose, I'm going to make my dummy a viewer. And then I also am going to open this to all Confluence administrators that we have. So if I hit save, and there we have a best collection. Now let's get over to, let's see. So if I go to edit in the contributors piece, so with contributors, you can actually have the collection managers from other spaces add to the collection that you've created. They would need to be a contributor here, and they would also need to be a space admin. But you would also need to link a collection, their collection to your collection you created. So for this example, I'm going to add it to our Warehouse 4. And so now I can see everything that exists within that warehouse, and I can add any pages to that.
Great.
Adding pages to the collections. This is kind of where we get our Snapshot Publishing name. So I'm going to create a new page. And where I'm going to go with this is we're going to, let's name it, give it a title, get some content in here. And one other thing I want to show is that I mentioned that we can do the dynamic content make it static. So I'm going to add a couple macros in here that we can use. So for those that use Confluence, they know that the excerpt macro, you can basically share information across different pages. So entering in the information in this excerpt, if there's an excerpt include on the page or on another page, that information will get updated as long as I update this information. So let's add this to our excerpt. Let's try adding it in. Here, insert. All right, we are good to go. So let's go ahead and save this. We have this information. All right, so I'm going to add this page to our collection that we created. How I do that is creating a snapshot. I'm going to choose the collection, and I chose the best collection. I am also going to add this to Warehouse 4 since I can be a contributor there. Just like that, it's been created. I'm going to switch over to our viewer, show you what it looks like from his point of view. So like I said, collections are driven by users. So I will only be able to see the collections that Brandon is able to see. So that means that Warehouse 4, so we see the best demo show, and it looks like here we are. All right, we're going to go back to my admin rights. And we're going to go back to our page. And let's update the excerpt. So this is a cool part where this is where we can show that it is frozen. So if I add this, go here. We are, here we are. So it updated. Let's go to the collections where we did this before. So we got the best collection, best demo show, and here we are where our information is the same as it was last time. So it stayed static even though I updated the information. When adding the snapshot to a collection, you're able to publish it to several different collections. So let's talk about the multiple office locations. So not every location has the same procedures. So let's say emergency exits, regional taxes, pay time off. And policies and procedures collection can be created for each location. When a company-wide HR policy is updated, this can be distributed to every policy and procedure collection. You can also publish many documents to one collection. So on the example I just talked about, you can house documents from multiple teams like HR, compliance, operations, etc. So users can easily find the information they need as long as they're added as a contributor and the collection is linked and the collection manager can add to it. Yeah, let's look at some other features that we have included or functionalities we have included. So as you can see, I have this best demo show version. If I go, I can look at the Confluence page. This metadata is here to show us which version. And looks my page version because I never hit publish or resnap on this. So let's go back and do that. So it's out of sync. We're going to resnap. And then we're going to go back to our collections. So as you can see, we're at version 2, and now it is showing us the revised version. So another cool thing is that we can easily flip back to the version before. So if I go to version 1 here, then it still has the information that we had before. So users can easily go back and submit reports if they need to easily access that historical information. Another thing is that as Confluence would be shown, this defaults to HTML, and then we view as PDF. This can be shown and exported straight from here, whereas before, Confluence native function does not allow you to preview it before. So if I do this, I can download it, and we can save the document.
Great.
Comala Publishing has always been able to integrate with our flagship product, Comala Document Management, which automates Confluence workflows and automates the document management lifecycle process. With this feature extends to Snapshot Publishing, and you can make sure your documents are published upon approval and sent to the collection of your choice. And I would say that's about it right now. Our solutions advisors can help with more and to give you more information, but thanks for sticking around to watch this.
Thanks, Jamie. That was awesome. That was a fantastic demo. And thanks for sharing all that valuable information. And that's all for this episode of Appfire Presents, the best demo show by Appfire. We'll see you next time.